And the soft quiet hamlet where he dwelt is one of that complexion which seems made for those who their mortality have felt, and sought a refuge from their hopes decayed in the deep umbrage of a green hill's shade, which shows a distant prospect far away of busy cities now in vain displayed, for they can lure no further, and the ray of a bright sun can make sufficient holiday, developing the mountains, leaves, and flowers, and shining in the brawling brook, whereby, clear as its current, glide the sauntering hours, with a calm languor, which, though to the eye idlesse it seem, hath its morality. If from society we learn to live, 'tis solitude should teach us how to die. It hath no flatterers, vanity can give no hollow aid. Alone, man with his God must strive. Or it may be with demons who impair the strength of better thoughts, and seek their prey in melancholy bosoms, such as were of moody texture from their earliest day, and love to dwell in darkness and dismay, deeming themselves predestined to a doom which is not of the pangs that pass away, making the sun like blood, the earth a tomb, the tomb a hell, and hell itself a murkier gloom. Ferrara, in thy wide and grass-grown streets, whose symmetry was not for solitude, there seems as 'twere a curse upon the seats of former sovereigns, and the antique brood of Este, which for many an age made good its strength within thy walls, and was of yore patron or tyrant, as the changing mood of petty power impelled, of those who wore the wreath which Dante's brow alone had worn before. And Tasso is their glory and their shame. Hark to his strain, and then survey his cell, and see how dearly earned Torquato's fame, and where Alfonso bade his poet dwell, the miserable despot could not quell the insulted mind he sought to quench, and blend with the surrounding maniacs in the hell where he had plunged it. Glory without end scattered the clouds away, and on that name attend the tears and praises of all time, while thine would rot in its oblivion, in the sink of worthless dust, which from thy boasted line is shaken into nothing. But the link thou foremest in his fortunes bids us think of thy poor malice, naming thee with scorn. Alfonso, how thy ducal pageants shrink from thee, if in another station born, scarce fit to be the slave of him thou matest to mourn. Thou, formed to eat and be despised and die, even as the beasts that perish, save that thou hadst a more splendid trough and wider sty. He, with a glory round his furrowed brow, which emanated then and dazzles now, in face of all his foes, the Cruscan crier, and Boileau, whose rash envy could allow no strain which shamed his country's creaking lyre, that whetstone of the teeth, monotony and wire.